Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome to the Hangin With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter here in the studio while Allie Ingraham is at her very first pop culture convention. Allie, who are you hanging with now?
Hey guys, we're here at the Utica Children's Museum for the last day of We Need a Hero Con event fundraiser. All proceeds from yesterday and today's event go to support the Utica Children's Museum. We have creators of all industries here. We have artists, actors, directors, authors, performers, you name it, they are here supporting this great cause. Right now we are hanging with actor Brian O'Halloran. Right. Thank you, Brian, for hanging with us.
No, thank you for having me.
So I read when I was doing my background information on you that when you were growing up you wanted to be an automotive car technician.
My father was an automotive mechanic and engineer, and that was something I would go to work with him on Saturdays when he worked for the French car company Renault, and when they were still selling automobiles here in the United States, and they were based out of their United States headquarters were based out of Inglewood Cliffs, New Jersey. And so that was the thing I wanted to do, but unfortunately he passed away when I was at the age of 15, and that kind of derailed what I wanted to do, and got into acting through pretty much role-playing games, D&D, you know, that type of stuff. And from there I went to do high school plays, went to college for theater, went on to do community theater. From community theater, met Kevin Smith by auditioning out of a community theater that I worked from. And the rest is history. Yeah.
That's fabulous. So you've been in numerous films and theater. Do you prefer films or theater?
Well, the actor in me loves doing live theater. I love the reaction from an audience. I love hearing, if we're doing a comedy, I love hearing the laughter of you know. Plus, you get to do it every single night. You get to do a play from the beginning to end. My bank account prefers film because it usually pays much better. Plus, you get to work with some incredible people. I mean, over my career, I've been able to work with people like George Carlin and, you know, Ben Affleck and Jason Lee and you know, Matt Damon, you know, some really, really great people over the years, and I've been very blessed to have worked with some really great directors like Kevin Smith, M. Night Shyamalan, James L. Brooks, and stuff like that, you know, I'm really, really helpful in a sense. I'm really thankful, rather, for being in the industry, and it's always a toss-up what I like to do, but I always still try to do at least one stage play a year.
Oh, good. Is preparing for theater role different than preparing for a film role?
Yeah, a theater role, you have to know the story from beginning to end. You're live. There's no stop, cut, oh wait, let's do that again, I messed up. You know, in film you can do that. You can take another take and another take. But in stage, you're on there. You're trying to get the show. You can't make a goof because you have lines that you have to throw to your co-stars. So it's a lot more pressure.
Do you kind of just, let's say you have like, you know, do you just go with it? Like
oh, no, you have to improvise. Sometimes you have to improvise if you're smart enough, and if your cast is smart enough. See, that's the other thing. As a cast member of a play, you really should know the other person's lines as well, because if you listen to what they're saying, your natural reaction will come to you with enough rehearsal. You'll know where it comes from. But if they mess up, you know, if you knew where they messed up, you can kind of save it and bring them back to what they want to do. So.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Are you working on anything currently?
The last few things I've worked on, this past January, I worked on Jason Mewes' new film, that his first time directing a film called Madness in the Method. Look for a fall release for that. There's another film that's making the film festival circuit right now called Bad Frank. That's with Tom Sizemore. That should be released by this summer. I have 2 or 3 other films that I'm in discussions with right now. And in August, Kevin Smith will be shooting a reboot of the Jay and Silent Bob movie. So we start shooting that in August. So look for a release date probably about this time next year.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do you frequent cons?
I do. I do about maybe like 8 to 12 a year, depending on if I'm filming. So this year has been a little bit more busy with the Comic-Cons, which is it's a good thing. I enjoy coming to cons because I'm a nerd fan, just like everybody else here, of other people's work as well. You know, you got Carrie Means here from, you know, from the Aqua-Teen Hunger Force. I'm a big fan of that show. You know, you have Noelle Hannibal from Star Trek who's here, and my co-star, you know, Scott Scheffer, but so many other people and artists, comic book artists. Mark McKenna was here earlier this weekend as well. There are people who I nerd out about as well, so it's really cool to see these people again and again.
What's the most memorable or funny thing that's ever happened to you on a set?
Oh God.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Well, first of all, if you know my work of films, it's funny. The films are funny alone as it is. Never mind the behind-the-scenes stuff. And there are many things that are very funniest things that have happened on set, but not really TV safe. But let's just say that we have a lot of fun when making it.
That's so good. Yeah. That's so cool. Do you have any quirky traits?
Quirky traits? My whole life is a quirky trait. That's why I do what I do. If I was a non-quirky trait person, I'd be in some office probably somewhere.
Yeah, probably. Do you have any pet peeves? Are you like a diva?
I'm not. No, that's one thing I'm not. I'm not a diva. But you know what? I do, like, when I'm at my table at a restaurant and I'm ready to eat, hey, can I have your autograph? That's a hot plate of food in front of me. As you can see, I'm a guy who kind of loves his food. So don't get in the way of me. Don't get in the way of me eating, peeing, or sleeping. That's the three things that kind of, like, just as a human being.
Those are good ones.
Interesting rules to go by.
So what kinds of roles do you like to do? You like drama? You like comedy? I know you like theater, but like preferable.
I like doing comedy. Comedy is very tough. But I miss doing more drama. Like when I did strictly theater, I was mostly like the bad guy, the protagonist of plays. It wasn't until I started getting into Kevin Smith films and more comedies that here it was. I was more the comedy straight man type of thing. So I wouldn't mind getting back into dramas again. Like I said, the movie that I just did with Tom Sizemore, that's a suspense thriller drama, so that was cool.
Awesome.
And I have more coming up, so hopefully I'll get more back into that vein of what I want to do next.
Cool. Harry's telling me it's time for clickbait. Do you know what clickbait is?
Yes, I do.
All right. I don't have to explain it. He knows clickbait. What was the weirdest prank you ever made?
What is the weirdest prank I've ever made? Ooh, that's tough. I'm not really a prankster, to be honest with you.
Have you had any
pulled on me?
Pulled on you?
No, I'm usually a pretty savvy cat that I can figure out if something's going to turn on me quite easily. I'll have to get back to you on pranks, because I'm not really the prankster. I'm the guy that whispers into another person to pull a prank. That's about it. I'm that guy.
Well, who's your favorite hero?
Oh, favorite hero? I would say Batman.
Batman.
You know what it is? Because, well, you know what it is? It's a guy who, he's not a superhero in the sense like he got irradiated or he's from another planet or something like that. It's a guy who trained hard. Yes, he had the financial means to make gadgets and build cars and stuff like that. But to train hard, get into martial arts, that's a lot of work. You just aren't born with martial arts. You got to train for it, and he maintains it. And he's got demons. This is a cat that's got demons, and so I think that's the story I enjoy.
The last thing you took a picture of on your phone?
Last thing I took a picture of on my phone actually was me and Carrie Means from Aqua-Teen Hunger Force. I was like, I'm good friends with his co-star Dana Snyder, who does the voice of Master Shake, and I've hung out with Dana many, many times over the years. So I was like, hey, buddy, look who I'm hanging with. I'm hanging with your cohort this weekend.
Oh, cool.
We had a question.
Sure.
What is it like working with Kevin Smith?
Working with Kevin Smith is a dream. If you've ever gone to any of his Evening With or Jay and Silent Bob Get Old Talking speaking engagements, he is that relaxed cat, very funny, very cool, great to work with. And it's that same kind of relaxed, let's get this movie done kind of thing that's awesome. You know what I mean? Yes, we want to get the film made, there's time is money, but at the same time we have great time, we have laughs. There's pranks that are pulled on that set as well, and there are jokes that are said that we can't even film because it takes it to even further levels that we don't even want to go. And you think, well, in a Kevin Smith movie, really? really? No, really, it can.
Well, guys, it's been so much fun hanging with Brian O'Halloran today. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, let us know what you think of today's show and our guests. You can also check our guest link below. Remember to subscribe, log in, and stay tuned to see who we're hanging with next.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Allie. That was amazing. As we wrap it up here, we want to say thanks to our friends at Something Unique Magazine, the Florida Book News, Wordfire Press, Space Coast Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies, all the folks who share these videos on the World Wide Web. We've been hanging with Allie Ingraham from the floor of We Need a Hero Con in upstate New York. I'm GW Pomichter. Remember, subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next. Okay.